Are you struggling to move forward with your business and or even in your personal life, and you have this self-talk going on in your head that's making you feel powerless, broken, and not confident in doing any activities with your business or leading people? I totally get it. And today I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how you can build your self-confidence. Tip number 1 on how to build self-confidence is your identity. Who are you? What do you stand for? Are you a coach? Are you a mom? Are you committed to your family? Like, who are you? And honestly, one of the first things I really want to talk about with identity is to know that you are not broken. None of us are. We're all whole human beings, and our thoughts are what create who we are. So you are not broken. Some of your thoughts and beliefs might be what's holding you back and making you think you're broken. In time, building your self-confidence, you'll understand that you're a whole person that's capable of doing anything. So in your identity, you must first figure out who you are. And broken should not be an answer in there, because none of us are. The second tip to build your self-confidence is your values. Like, what do you stand for? Being self-confident, you just need to be more aware of who you are and who you're being. And a way to build self-confidence is to work from our values, because when we're not aligned with our values, we're powerless. We feel powerless, we feel broken, and we don't know what we stand for. And it's really hard to walk around when you don't know what you stand for. So, like, Google it, values. I'm sure you can find a million. Look for a free download. I can even put one up in the Facebook group, Quickman Coaching, so you can download it too. But like, think of your values. My highest values, and that can have a lot of them, but the highest ones I have are my family, my success, contribution, trust, and freedom. Those are my highest values, and I operate from them in my business and in my life. And when your business and your life are truly aligned, and you can work from there, that's confidence, because everything you speak about is who you are, and it's authentic. So really, really dig into who you are. Like, write your values down, and cut them down to 5 ones that you cannot absolutely not live without. And it gets hard as we're getting down there, because you can literally have 30 or 50 of them, but like, focus on 5 and live that and be that, because that's who you are. And when you're aligned in your business and your leadership are aligned with your values, it's so much easier to speak and to share and to teach through those values. So that's a lot where the powerlessness and the self-confidence issues come from, is because we're not aligned with our values and we're not really aware that we're not living them. So being aware of that is a huge step. Tip number 3 are your goals. Are your goals aligned with who you are and your values? Because a lot of times there is a missing there, and it's not, and you're not broken. I'm going to keep repeating this because you're not. Our goals, our business goals, our life goals have to be in line with our values and who we are. Because when they're not, that's where we're getting the lack of self-confidence and the powerlessness, because we feel we don't have choices, and we always have choices. When you're making choices whether, to have a goal or not. And as you're starting to see, like, goals are huge. They do help us move forward powerfully, but they need to be aligned with who we are and our values, because when they're not, you're going to keep bumping up against that wall, and you're going to feel like you're stuck. And that's where a lot of people do get stuck, because they think they're stuck, right? Easy way to get out of it too is you stop thinking and really be aware of what you're saying to yourself, honestly, on a daily basis, because that's huge. Consistency is another thing. Like, consistently be living your values, and when you are outside of that, bring yourself back in and be aware of where you're coming from, because you always need to be working from your values. That's how you build confidence. When you're outside of them, then you're out of integrity, and you feel guilty, or you make yourself wrong, which you don't have to, because we're all human. Just get back into alignment. Don't make it mean anything. Just get back into it. That's integrity too. Know when you're out of alignment with your values, and bring yourself back in. And that's how you stay consistent. And consistently, like, you can get up in the morning and make a journal and express gratitude and say what you're grateful for, instead of living in lack. That creates gratitude and peace creates self-confidence too in yourself. You know you can do anything when you're coming from a whole good place and positivity, because when you're thinking of lack and scarcity, that's a negative mindset, and that is completely deflating to your self-confidence. I also have a challenge for you, because those are my 5 tips: identity, values, goals, consistency, and integrity. And if you live that every day, you'll develop self-confidence in your business, in your life. You need to move forward and start creating action, but you need to create action from the right place, not from scarcity, lack, and fear of failure. You create it from gratitude and a place of service. That's confidence building. And I have a challenge for you too. It's a real quick challenge. Grab a journal, and for the next 2 days, I want you to write down the thoughts that are in your head, that you're thinking to yourself. And when you're doing your business, or you're moving through life, or you're having, like, say you're in a poor relationship with somebody and you want to improve it, what are your thoughts about that person, and what are their thoughts about you? Write those down for 48 hours and come back to the Val Quickman Facebook page and comment it in there, whether you did it and like what showed up for you. Was it like mostly negative or mostly positive? Because if negative thoughts, that's not where we want to be. We want to be in positivity, because that brings more positive stuff our way. It's just the way the universe works. Whatever you give out comes back to you. As it's been termed to me, it's like a boomerang. I hope you enjoyed these 5 tips on how to build self-confidence. If you like these 5 tips on how to build self-confidence, you're gonna love the 5 questions you can ask yourself on how to overcome the fear of failure and judgment. You can download these free 5 questions by going down under this video and clicking the link in the description on the 5 questions. Enjoy and have a good one.